we honor Jesus with our best, or criticize those who do, and plot to kill Jesus in our churches by avoiding or watering down his gospel? Let's look at John 12. How did Lazarus' grateful sister Mary honor Jesus with her best? What criticism did Judas Iscariot make? 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany where Lazarus was, the one Jesus had raised from the dead. So they gave a dinner for him there. Martha was serving them, and Lazarus was one of those reclining at the table with him. Then Mary took a pound of fragrant oil, pure and expensive nard, anointed Jesus' feet, and wiped his feet with her hair. So the house was filled with the fragrance of the oil. Then one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, who was about to betray him, said, "Why wasn't this fragrant oil sold for 300 denarii and given to the poor?" He didn't say this because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. He was in charge of the money bag and would steal part of what was put in it. Jesus answered, "Leave her alone. She's kept it for the day of my burial. For you always have the poor with you, but you don't always have me." Who did the high priests plot to also kill besides Jesus? When the large crowd of Jews realized that he was there, they came not only because of Jesus, but also to see Lazarus, whom he'd raised from the dead. So the high priests planned to kill Lazarus too, since he was the reason why so many of the Jews were leaving to believe in Jesus. What did Jesus then do humbly with the foal of a donkey? On the next day, much people that were come to the feast, when they heard that Jesus was coming to Jerusalem, took branches of palm trees and went forth to meet him, and cried, "Hosanna! Blessed is the King of Israel that comes in the name of the Lord." And Jesus, when he'd found a young ass, sat thereon, as it's written, "Don't fear, daughter of Zion. Behold, your king comes, sitting on an ass's colt." Did the disciples understand the symbolism? Did the Pharisees feel threatened? These things his disciples didn't understand at the first. But when Jesus was glorified, then they remembered that these things were written about him, and that they'd done these things to him. So the crowd who was with him, when he called Lazarus out of the tomb and raised him from the dead, continued to bear witness about him. For this reason also, the crowd went and met him, because they heard that he'd done this sign. So the Pharisees said to one another, "You see that you're gaining nothing. Look, the world has gone after him." What did Jesus tell some Greeks who came to worship at the feast? Are we willing to follow Jesus? Now there were some Greeks among those who were going up to worship at the feast. These people then came to Philip, who was from Bethsaida of Galilee, and were making a request of him, saying, "Sir, we wish to see Jesus." Philip came and told Andrew. Then Andrew and Philip came and told Jesus. But Jesus answered them by saying, "The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. Truly, truly, I say to you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. The one who loves his life loses it, and the one who hates his life in this world will keep it to eternal life. If anyone serves me, he must follow me, and where I am, there my servant will also be. If anyone serves me, the Father will honor him." Knowing of the impending crucifixion, how did Jesus' next words impact us? "Now my soul is troubled, and what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour? No, it was for this very reason I came to this hour. Father, glorify your name." Then a voice came from heaven, "I have glorified it, and will glorify it again." The crowd that was there and heard it said it had thundered. Others said an angel had spoken to him. Jesus said, "This voice was for your benefit, not mine. Now is the time for judgment on this world. Now the prince of this world will be driven out, and I, when I am lifted up from the earth, will draw all people to myself." He said this to show the kind of death he was going to die. The crowd spoke up. "We've heard from the law that the Messiah will remain forever. So how can you say the Son of Man must be lifted up? Who is this Son of Man?" Then Jesus told them, "You're going to have the light just a little while longer. Walk while you have the light, before darkness overtakes you. Whoever walks in the dark doesn't know where they're going. Believe in the light while you have the light, so that you may become children of light." When he'd finished speaking, Jesus left and hid himself from them. What prophecies did Jesus mention that he was about to fulfill? But although he had done so many signs before them, they didn't believe in him, that the word of Isaiah the prophet might be fulfilled, which he spoke, "Lord, who's believed our report? And to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed?" Therefore they couldn't believe, because Isaiah said again, "He's blinded their eyes and hardened their hearts, lest they should see with their eyes, lest they should understand with their hearts and turn, so that I should heal them." These things Isaiah said when he saw the glory and spoke of him. Did many people believe in Jesus? Was Jesus teaching in line with the fathers? Many people did believe him, however, including some of the Jewish leaders. But they wouldn't admit it for fear that the Pharisees would expel them from the synagogue, for they loved human praise more than the praise of God. Jesus shouted to the crowds, "If you trust me, you're trusting not only in me, but also God who sent me. For when you see me, you're seeing the one who sent me. I have come as a light to shine in this dark world, so that all who put their trust in me will no longer remain in the dark. I'll not judge those who hear me, but don't obey me. For I've come to save the world and not to judge it. But all who reject me and my message will be judged on the day of judgment by the truth I have spoken. I don't speak on my own authority. The Father who sent me has commanded me what to say and how to say it, and I know his commands lead to eternal life. So I say whatever the Father tells me to say." Do we honor Jesus with our best, or criticize those who do, and plot to kill Jesus in our churches by avoiding or watering down his gospel? You decide.